All right, we have a lot of great stuff for you this week in movie news, so let's blast through this. All right, our first bit of movie news. Now, this is Rumorville, but apparently Sam Raimi, Sam Raimi is reportedly in final talks to direct Avengers Secret Wars.
Ooh!
I think that would be amazing. I love Sam Raimi. I'm a huge fan.
That sounds fantastic.
Now, I know I might sound like a noob, but I was first introduced to Sam Raimi through the Spider-Man movies. I know, all the Evil Dead fans are crying out in pain and hatred, but that, that's what got me into the Evil Dead films, was knowing about Sam Raimi through Spider-Man, and he's a great director. He's
speaking of Sam Raimi, there was, and this was rumor, of course, this was going to happen in Spider-Man 2 with Doc Connors, but Rumorville, they were going to actually get Dr. Connors to portray the Lizard.
That's
in
right.
Live action, but they didn't get a chance to, so they just used him as, just a normal doctor, but it did show him with the jacket and the I think the no arms.
Yeah, he was missing an arm. So they kind of set up everything.
A very, very good reference.
Lizard, but we never got to see it. It's
very awesome.
It's kind of like how we never got to see, Billy D as Two-Face, and then they replaced him in the next movie. It's a very similar situation. So
very similar.
I wish we got a Spider-Man 4, and of course the great John Malkovich was supposed to be the Vulture. That would have been amazing, but we didn't get to see that. But don't get me started on that. Not to get too off topic. Reportedly, some of the other directors in the running were Jon Favreau, Ryan Coogler, and Destin Daniel Cretton. But reportedly, like I said, this is still speculation, but Sam Raimi is the front runner because all the other ones are busy with other projects and whatnot, and so he looks like the most viable option. That would be excellent. I know some people, are probably hating that decision because I know some people are talking shiz about the latest Doctor Strange movie. I think it was great. I think it was fun. I love his directing style. What do you think?
Oh, it looked awesome.
I mean, did you enjoy the Multiverse of Madness?
Oh yeah, I loved it. It was very good.
If you look at that, we can expect some of that style and flair to transfer over to Secret Wars if he were to do it. So that would be, I would hope so. I would enjoy that a lot. All right, next bit of movie news. The Flash director Andy Muschietti reveals he might be directing the upcoming Batman film for DC. So it looks like we might have a director for that. I'm excited to see, what the DC universe has in store for their Batman. Of course, we have the wonderful Robert Pattinson's Batman, which I love.
Oh yeah, very, very awesome.
But this is gonna be interesting. It's of course it's gonna be entitled Batman: Brave and the Bold, where you have Batman's son as Robin. So this is gonna be a different take on the Batman lore and whatnot.
And of course, the Flash movie that's going to come out in June, so
oh yeah,
prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have Michael Keaton, we're going to have a whole bunch of cameos, but I am not going to spoil it, so...
I mean, we don't know anything for sure, but yeah, let's not see any rumors.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's going to be some surprises, so
Speaking of the Flash, our next bit of movie news, apparently Andy Muschietti, who we just talked about, he says that if they were to do another Flash movie, he wouldn't see anyone else but Ezra Miller in the role. I think that's very controversial because all the bullshit that Ezra Miller, has done. What do you think? Do you think they should replace Ezra Miller, or do you think they should go with Ezra Miller?
Well, if it's going to be his last role as the Flash, I mean, he should just do with some style, because if this is his last role, and I'm assuming that it's his last role, but yeah, if they're going to make another Flash movie, then they should replace him.
I mean, that's what we've been speculating, is that this would be Ezra Miller's last role. But like I said, Muschietti was saying that Ezra Miller is perfect in the role, and that they are unreplaceable essentially. And I think, I don't know. I think if they're already canceling other people like I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now. Jonathan Majors. If they were, if they're canceling Jonathan Majors based off of pure, speculation, he wasn't convicted with anything. Of course, Marvel hasn't officially said that they dropped him yet, but they're hesitant to go forward with him. I'm assuming, and other studios and projects and his representation has dropped him. And so I think if they're willing to go full ham on Jonathan Majors, he hasn't been convicted. Ezra Miller has been convicted of stuff. I think it's just kind of whack that they're willing to go forward with him.
Yeah, I mean, a little disappointed,
now,
but
yeah.
It is what it is. Hollywood is Hollywood.
Now, this is the director saying this. I don't know if WB would go forward with Ezra Miller, but I don't know. I think it's just, I think there's other actors that would do a great job as the Flash. They should give a chance to, particularly people who aren't, criminals and whatnot. But anyway, that's just my opinion, man. All right, moving on. Al Pacino. Oops, that's not a picture of Al Pacino. Al Pacino. Apparently, he's following suit, with his buddy. What's his name? I'm dropping. My brain cells are dropping here. Robert De Niro. You know how Robert De Niro just had another child at his age? Well, apparently Al Pacino is expecting baby number 4 with his girlfriend, Noor Al... excuse me, I can't pronounce anything properly here. Noor Al-Falah. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm terrible with names. What do you think about this? It
looks really, really interesting, but is this going to be the end for Al Pacino's career? Or is it going to be a new beginning? I
mean, it sounds like a new beginning for him. I feel bad for that kid. He's, they're going to have such an old father. But what do you think? What do you think about this?
It's going to look good. I mean, it's going to look good because, Al Pacino is, a legendary actor.
I mean, that kid's going to be set up for life.
For Scarface. And, of course, Al Pacino is going to be a very, very good dad.
I mean, I don't feel too bad because the kid's gonna be set up for life. They have a famous name attached to them. They're gonna do well. But what do you think about this trend of all these old celebrity actors having kids at their age?
I think it's really, really, really different, but awesome.
really different.
Way to go, guys!
Yeah,
we're fans
good for you, I guess.
Of your movies.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. This is another Rumorville situation here. Apparently, there's some rumors going around about the casting of Fantastic Four. Again, people are throwing out names left and right. Who do you want to see as the cast of Fantastic Four?
I want to see Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman. I want to see John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, so you like John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic? I think he did okay. People were shitting on him. I think it was fun seeing him in the role. I would have liked to see Ewan Grufford as Mr. Fantastic return one more time. That would have been great, but we didn't get that. Who would you want to see as the other two?
I have no idea, but maybe Chris Evans could reprise his role as Johnny Storm.
I don't think that's happening, but that'd be hilarious.
Maybe Michael Chiklis as
apparently there's an insider. No, I don't want to. I don't know if these are. I wouldn't consider this a spoiler. We don't know. But apparently there's rumors that Adam Driver is going to play Reed Richards. Margot Robbie as Sue Storm. Paul Mescal as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And Daveed Diggs as Ben Grimm, the Thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Wow.
Nothing's official yet, folks.
Well, nothing's official, ladies and gentlemen, but it's just Rumorville, so don't take my word for it.
Yes, definitely. Good advice. All right, next bit of movie news. Danny Masterson has been convicted on 2 counts of forcible rape and faces 30 years in prison.
It's going to look bad for his career.
Oh, yeah. I mean, his career is long dead. He deserves what he gets. He's Scientologist, so that's a whole nother topic I don't want to get into, but fake religion. Besides that, it's been a long time coming. I mean, he's been having mistrials and this and that, putting things off because of COVID. Now this sex pest gets put away, so he belongs where he belongs. Well,
actually, before he was convicted, he was on a TV show called The Ranch, which was a spinoff of that Sydney show, but there was a lot of cameos. There was some actors in there, but this is before he got convicted, so after his final episode, I have no idea what happened, but I guess it just happened that Masterson was convicted of stuff like that, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean, he gets what he gets, and if he did what he did, he deserves to be rotting in prison.
He did mention in that 70s show, he did mention those words, prison.
That's right. I remember his character said that. I think they asked him where does he see himself in a few years, and he said prison. So he was right. Yeah, he foresaw the future. He knew what he was doing. He knew he was an awful person. Now it kind of sucks because I love that '70s show. The character is pretty funny, but every time I look at him now, I'm gonna think
that is one big pile of shit.
All right. Moving on. Our next bit of movie news. Here's some more rumors. I love rumors. And now just remember, these are rumors. So apparently in Deadpool 3, of course, we're going to see the return of the great Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but there's rumors that Halle Berry, James Marsden, and Famke Janssen are rumored to reprise their roles as Storm, Cyclops, and Jean Rumors.
Wow! Woo!
What do you think about these rumors?
That's going to be awesome.
How many times can I say rumor in 1 minute?
Well, it's going to be awesome, reprising those roles. I mean, fantastic. I mean,
I hope so. That's fun. I love those X-Men films. That's what brought me. Into the Marvel fandom, is seeing the X-Men movies and Spider-Man movies as a kid. Of course, I love the '90s cartoons, but those movies really launched my fandom into the stratosphere. I think you would agree with me. I remember seeing those in the theaters. It was fun.
Oh yeah, the first X-Men, second X-Men, third X-Men, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Not too happy about it. I mean, it was a little strange.
Yeah.
A little strange, a little weird, but it is what it is. Very, very good script, but very, very silly.
It had potential, but it missed the mark for me, but that's my opinion. All right. I hope those rumors are true. Next bit of movie news. Harrison Ford. Apparently, he told the stunt people to leave him the F alone on the set of the new Indiana Jones movie. Apparently, he was doing a stunt where he was riding a horse, and he's like, I'm an old man. I want to look like an old man. I'm not trying to pretend I'm young by any means. Apparently, the stunt guys were kind of bracing underneath him just in case if he fell. And he thought, he felt like he was being groped, and he's like, just leave me alone. I want to, I don't want any help here. If I fall, I fall. It happens, What do you think about that?
A little interesting, actually. Very, very different, but doesn't Harrison Ford have a stunt double?
Yeah, but I mean, he's a wild and crazy guy, man. He flies planes. He's gotten into plane crashes and he survived. I think he has a little bit of a wild streak in him. So I could see him doing something like riding a horse without.
But they did do that wonderful CGI.
Yeah.
There is that CGI where they make him look younger again, but Harrison Ford will always be the great, great legendary actor. But we hope he makes his comeback as General Ross in the Thunderbolts.
Well, it's not necessarily a comeback. I mean, he hasn't gone anywhere, but that'd be great to see him as that character. Can't wait.
As Red Hulk also.
Can't wait for let's that'll be cool if we do see Red Hulk. Hopefully. But yeah, and I definitely want to see the new Indiana Jones movie. That looks awesome. All right. Our next bit of movie news. Oppenheimer has earned an official R rating. And apparently the IMAX film prints are 11 miles long and weigh 600 pounds. Now that's a big Twinkie. Are you interested in this movie?
Oh yeah. I'm very, very interested because, I'm a fan of Christopher Nolan. I'm a fan of, Cillian Murphy, because he has this wonderful performance of, Scarecrow in Batman Begins. He had a little cameo in Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's right.
The prequel. Then, of course, he was in The Dark Knight Rises. So, very, very awesome for his cameos. And
so this is going to be great seeing him in like a leading role, because I heard like an interview with him. I read an interview where he was saying it's great being in those side roles, but he really wanted a role where he was front and center. Now he gets that chance. I think he's going to do great. He's a great actor. I definitely want to see it because Christopher Nolan was saying that it's best seen in 30 millimeter on the IMAX screen. He's like, you totally get lost in it. It's almost like watching a 3D movie. You're so immersed in it. Would you want to see it in that big format? I think that would be great.
I would.
Yeah, we should check it out, man. We should check it out.
Yep.
All right. Next bit of movie news. Apparently, Amy Pascal from Sony is saying that a Miles Morales and Spider-Woman live-action movie are in early development. I mean, we all knew this was coming. I think that's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, and I think people have those Burger King crowns of Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. I
know. Hats or whatnot, but, who is going to be the villain? I mean, like, who's
I
going
don't
to
know.
be the villain?
I don't know. And then nothing has been released yet. They said it's in early development. They're just, they're just barely, hashing out the idea. Of course, they can't write anything because the writer strike is still going on full force. But
Well,
it's good to know that they're going
there
to.
might be some type of villain, but I don't know which one. Maybe the Tinkerer. I'm not sure.
Well, they remember they had the Tinkerer in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, but in the new one.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming. I wonder if this is going to be partnership with Marvel still. I mean, like Marvel Studios and Disney. Hopefully, I hope they don't do like their own Sony-verse version of the. I don't know. That'd be weird. I hope it's part of the MCU. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Well, only time will tell. We'll see what the villain is. I'm sure they have something great up their sleeve. All right. Moving on. Oh, Moana. You've seen that animated Moana movie, right? From Disney.
Oh yeah, it's very, very good.
I liked it. It was a good movie. Apparently, of course, they're making a live action version of it, right? Apparently, they're bringing on the Hamilton Broadway director Thomas Kail to direct the film. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't know if we needed a live action version this soon, but because like something like Little Mermaid, it came out like in the 80s, so it's like, yeah, I mean, I could see them doing a live action reimagining of it, but Moana was just like a few years ago, so and it's a little weird, but hopefully it does good. I heard the Little Mermaid was great. Those some assholes are like review bombing it, giving it like 1 stars and shit. Those jerkwads, but whatever. I heard it was great. It's making some good money, so good for them over there. But yeah, we'll see how this Moana movie does. I heard The Rock is reprising his role. I think we talked about that. I don't want to retread on anything. Next bit of movie news, and we have some sad bit of movie news for you. Actor John Beasley from Everwood and Soul Man is dead at age 79. He has passed away. So R.I.P. Good sir. We also have Sergio Calderon. He was on a bunch of roles. The one I know him from is Men in Black. He played one of the aliens at the beginning of the film. He has passed away at the age of 77. He's been in a bunch of other movies.
R.I.P. Good sir.
He's also in Duck, You Sucker for John Huston, and Under the Volcano, and for Arthur Hiller in The In-Laws. And we also have another individual, Jesse Maple, who broke barriers for black women in entertainment and news as both a cinematographer and director, had passed away at the age of 76. So rest in peace. They will go down as legends in cinema history.
Very, very sad. We will remember you very, very much.
Definitely. Well, this brings a wrap to this week in movie news.